whole island is a mirror. Every single part of it. The ocean, the sunrise, the clouds, the rain, the heat, the flora. Every single part is an invitation to see yourself in her. The veil is very thin here. And so my biggest recommendation is that you let go of expectations. That you let go of any judgment about anything. Anything. That you will be so grateful that you did. Because any kind of white knuckling, it hurts. It hurts. It creates suffering in us. When I hold on to something, I'm protecting something when I'm holding on to something. And you'll probably feel the invitation to let go, and then let go some more, and then let go some more. Oh, wake up, another surrender. Because it is the human mind. It is how we're built. Is when there's a sense in the body, when the nervous system senses a threat, whether it's real or not, most likely it's not. If it's a real threat, it's a very different sensation in the body. It's a, oh, yeah, pounce, or swat, or run, or scream in the moment. But that, like, up in my head, in the...
Setup mode is off.
Setup mode off.
Ready.
We're ready. That's not even my device. It just belongs to the place. All right. Let's move on. That was easy. It's a very different experience in the body when we're in fear or where we're in protection of something that doesn't need protection. I find myself going up in my head, making a story up about the sensation in my body that feels like anxiety or that feels like fear. And then I am blaming something or someone. As soon as that happens, that's when I know I am not in surrender. As soon as I notice that, I am blaming something or someone. As soon as I do that, I divide myself. I'm separating myself from the wholeness that I am. So I catch myself. And I bring myself back somewhere below the neck, into my body. And I breathe deeply and I stay very, very close to the direct experience in my body, not in the story of what's happening. When there's an actual threat, which is really rare in our lives, it's a plonk. I know I know I have to do something, and I react. And I have everything in me to react in the way, because I'm so connected to my intuition, because I'm present. It's like I know. Right? So Black Cat is no accident this week. She is the wild black cougar, panther, wild feline, just owning herself. And she doesn't walk around vigilant. She's not like, right? Like, that's tiring. But when there's a threat, she knows. She knows. So the rest of the time, she's just soft belly, playful, open heart, but a strong back. Strong back. Because I'm here. I'm not a kite. I'm not flighty. This is embodied work. This is embodied play. This is embodied spirituality. This is embodied Lemurian Huna. So I have a strong back. I am fully here. I'm not in the ether. I'm not out of myself. I wanted to come as a human. I wanted to be able to forget so that I could remember in this flesh how brilliant and massive and huge and beautiful I am in flesh. There's nowhere else in the universe where light beings can do that. There's nowhere else where you can go and dive as deep into matter as we do here. Dark, dank, deep, density, headlights on, going deeper into the flesh, into the forgetting, and then rise in the flesh. Nowhere else. That's resurrection, right? That is resurrection, like in the flesh, as bright as I can and as deep as I can go, and then rising in the flesh. I am. So it's a privilege that we chose. So from the toes to the head, the entire device is engaged in this process. So during the week, in doubt, bring your attention and your breath into your toes, into your feet, into your lower belly. None of this work will happen up here. None of the returning home, remembering home, will happen up here. So we bring our attention deeper in the body. And we breathe. And we listen. 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 It's all about you. And because a lot of people in this room are people who help other people, I want to repeat that. It's all about you. It's not about, maybe on the last day we'll talk about how you can bring this with you. But right now, just up the selfishness. You're not here for everybody else in the group either. That's going to be tempting. So tempting. Because you are loving. You are so loving, and you've been giving your whole life because it's who you are. So what would it look like if this was all about you? You allowed yourself to be loved. You allowed yourself to be fed, to be guided. You have nothing to really take care of. And you saw what it felt like to be led by an organic routine. And that you took your cues for what you need from within your belly. Ah, yes. Ah, no. Oh, should I? No. And to all of it, right? Even when I'm talking, you can get up, you can walk around, you can stretch, you can lay down, you can leave and go have a nap. It's 100% about you. And that's that self-directed mastery. Like I said, we've done this before. We know ourselves. I'm just holding a container with the intention that we can deepen our remembering and anchor it in the body in a deeper way. That's all. So strong back like the Black Panther, but the soft belly of joy, of play. Just let it hang like a Buddha belly. Don't hold it in. Hopefully no one has a belt. If you do, just undo the belt. Soft belly. I don't need to be vigilant. I don't need to protect my front. I'm safe. And then an open heart. So the question for this morning is who or what is retrieving you? So let that sink in. Who or what is retrieving you? Where do you know in your body this morning that you are being pulled forward into your own emergence? How is your body telling you? That an ancient friend, soulmate perhaps, is calling you forward into your light even more. How do you know that in your body? And when you sense it, breathe deeply into that space. You've all heard the call, that is why you're here. Most people would read the copy on that website and it would make zero sense to them. They would be, I don't understand. I don't even know where to start with you. And you know there's people like that in your lives as well. There's people here on the island as well. But the reason why you heard the call, and it's not easy to come to Kauai. Some people don't make it. It's like this tragic empty chair. I mean, some people have tried and then they can't make it, and then they end up making it the second time or third time around. And some people have never come, and they signed up, and they've never come. That's not an accident, and it's not a judgment. it's a very powerful call home. So you're here. Congratulations. Really, truly, I mean that. And I know you know what it took for you to get here. It takes a level of self-responsibility to get here. And it's the divine timing has to be just right. And so my teacher, I have a new teacher on the island, and she said, remind them to drink a lot of water and remind them to go in the water. And so it just popped into my head. I'm going to say it before I forget. Submerging yourself, even if it's in the pool or a shower, like just make sure that you get water all over you at least once a day, if not twice a day.
Dancing in the rain.
And dancing in the rain, yes. And drink more water than you think you need. Because not only is it hot and humid, but the amount of energy that is pouring through you every single day, you need the water to help that integrate. Everybody grab their water. I forget to drink water, so then when I remember, I'd like guzzle. Yeah. So, who or what is retrieving you? And so some of you have done some work with me before, and you know I've been talking about the pure heart. And in this context, I'm going to call it the Lemurian heart. And it is the greatest resource we have on earth right now. It is the most important resource we have. And the Lemurian heart, the pure heart, is 10 times more bright, more luminous than the sun. 10,000 times more luminous than the sun. Like at the core of our being, our light, and this is like when you look in, like at the macro, micro, 10,000 times brighter than the sun. That's who we are. But we don't walk around knowing that. And we don't walk around each other seeing that in each other. But kids do. Kids do. They see that power. And so this is what this place is going to help us do, is to see that magnitude of light that we are. It will be mirrored in us over and over again. And when we're invited to see it even more in us, it's going to sometimes feel overwhelming. It might feel a little bit scary because, like Miriam Williamson said, it's not that we're nothing that scares us. It's that we're fucking powerful. So no one or nothing is doing anything to you when you start to feel that intensity. It's your own power that is saying, love me, own me, claim me. So at any point during the week, ask for what you need.